some limitations are impermissible. And those you propose in this bill, 3 of them. I said 2 earlier, I was mistaken, 3. You want to ban a whole class of weapons to 18 to 20-year-olds, number 1. Number 2, you want to impose the same kind of disabling requirement mandate in the home of weapons that Heller said is impermissible. And finally, you want to ban magazines that have the number that are predominant, that are prevalent everywhere in the country. Heller said you can't do that. So you've got to contend with why, at least if you say the Ninth Circuit, well, it's great for you guys to cite the Ninth Circuit, you don't respect the Ninth Circuit. Yeah, the Ninth Circuit is liberal. That's why it's so remarkable that even they have said that this is something that can't be done. You can't ban a class of weapons to people 18 to 20. So I'm glad to undertake things that we can do. Let's talk about them. But when you start talking about things you can't do, and then you couple that with statements that essentially say, I'm going to get rid of the Second Amendment by any means necessary. Yeah, I'll yield to you.
What do you support? Like, what are you willing to do to stop the epidemic of gun violence in this country? Because you just referenced that, so I would love for you to articulate the efforts that you would be willing to undertake with your Democratic colleagues in this chamber today to stop the epidemic of gun violence in this country, sir.
You look at what's happening, and then you actually do things that would address that.
So you're not going to answer the question because you don't actually have an approach other than to allow the status quo to remain?
Yeah, I wouldn't let teachers prop doors open. I would make sure that police are not discouraged from going in and saving children who are being assaulted while the assault is going on. I would not intimidate the police and tell them they ought to cease to exist. My time's expired.
I can translate that for you. He's willing to do nothing.
That sounds right to me.